Hey y'all, it's Tamaya Neve, and in this video I'm going to be exposing college myths, okay? I've been at college for about 3 weeks now at the University of Alabama, and I'm going to be answering true or false questions about college. Alright, true or false, you will get sick when you first get to college. True, okay? Everybody got sick when we first got here, so I definitely believe that that's true. True or false, college is harder than high school. True. High school wasn't hard for me. College is not really hard, you just have to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you're gonna struggle. I'm only taking like 5 classes right now, but it's always something due at different times. So you really have to make sure that you stay on top of it. Like get you a Google Calendar, get you a Google document or something where you can put all your due dates on there, because it'll start getting crazy. Like everything will be due, it'll be all over the place. So make sure that you stay on top of the due dates because they come fast, okay? Say true. I would say that college is harder than high school, but it just depends on how you look at it. All right, so the next one is true or false, you will have to eat alone. You might have to eat alone a few times, okay? When you go to the dining hall, or if you take yourself to Chick-fil-A, you might have to eat by yourself, okay? So yes. True or false, it's hard to balance school and social life in college. No. When you are in college, you don't have classes every day. Like I only have classes 3 days a week, but on those off days, I do still have things due. So you just really have to pay attention to everything. If you write down those due dates, you'll be fine. If your professors let you work ahead, then try to work ahead. So you don't have to worry about anything. This is what I usually do. If I know I have classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm gonna try to get all of my work done Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, okay? I try to get everything done on those school days, so on my off days, I have nothing to worry about. Now, does that always happen? No, sometimes I will have to wake up early on an off day or stay up later on an off day just to get some work done. Now, I know there's some people that have classes every day. I wouldn't do that. I would just try to get everything, kind of on the same days. Try to get your homework done. Try to get stuff turned in between so you don't have to worry about it. True or false, it is easy to make friends when you first get to college. That is so true, okay? I'm an out-of-state student, so I didn't know anybody here. My roommates were in camps. I was in a camp. My roommates did sorority, so they were here early. I was an early moving student. I want to say I moved in like a week before everybody else. So in that week, when I was in my camp, I made friends in that camp. So it kind of worked out. If you can't afford to early move in, or if you can't afford to do any clubs like that, when you first get to college, try to make friends. Like just say, hey, what's your major, where are you from, what's your name? Even if it's just in the dining hall or just walking by, give people compliments. Try to know your neighbors, because I'm staying in an apartment, so I have neighbors. It really is much easier to make friends when you first get here, because everybody's really going to start to get clicked up like as the months go on. So when you first get here, like really try to make friends. And like I said, try to do something that's early college move-in so you can make friends before everybody else. True or false, there is a lot of free time. Yes, there is a lot of free time in college. Like I thought I was going to be busy all the time, but I have so much time, like it's crazy. It might seem like it's going to be a lot going on, but it is a lot going on. But if you just stay on top of your due dates and on top of your schoolwork, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. That's exactly what I did. As soon as I got all of my syllabi, I made sure that I wrote down all the due dates, and work ahead if I can, do the work as soon as it's posted. And when you do that, you have so much time. True or false, there are a lot of college parties. Yes, okay? Even when I came to early college move-in, there were a lot of parties. Now, my school is a very top-ranked party school, like in the world. The University of Alabama throws a lot of free events students can go to. There are a lot of things like that goes on that's free, and that's not really considered a party. There's also like actual parties where people drink and they turn up every day. There's always a party going on campus. True or false, you can have guests in your dorm. Now, for the University of Alabama, we can have people over our house. Strangers don't have access to get into the building. Only residents do, so we'll have to go out and get them and then bring them back in. But as far as people coming over, yeah. True or false, you can work in college. Yes, it is possible to work in college. I wouldn't do full-time though. I mean, if you feel like you're strong enough to do full-time in college, then have at it. But yeah, you can definitely work in college. You have a lot of free time. True or false, you must live on campus your first year. For a lot of schools that I toured, it was a requirement for all first-year students to stay on campus. So for this school, you do have to stay on campus for at least a year. And then usually, like around sophomore year, people will just get an off-campus apartment and then just commute to their classes. True or false, you can choose your own schedule in college. Yes. College tuition covers room and board and also your books. That's false. True or false, you can switch majors. Yes, you can switch majors. When I first came here, I was a biology major. When I applied to the school, I wanted to be a hematologist, but I kind of changed my mind, like, you know, as time went on. So I was like, you know what, I want to be a medical doctor. So I was like, I don't really have to change my major because your major doesn't really matter. Like, you can really be whatever you want to be, no matter your major. But I was like, do I really want to take all of these science classes and I don't even want to be a biologist? So a couple days ago, I did change my major to public health. I'm still pre-med, so yeah, but you can change your major. If you keep changing it, you're really just paying for classes that you don't need. But yeah, I'm probably gonna keep it as public health from now on. But yeah, you can definitely change your major. True or false, when you come to college, you will have roommates. False. You don't necessarily have to have roommates when you first get to school. You don't, no. True or false, you can have a car your first year of college. That is, I don't know. For this school, you can have your car the first year. A lot of other schools that I've toured, they say no, you cannot have a car the first year. True or false, you will fail a class if you keep missing attendance. Okay, here's the thing about college attendance. So for all of my classes, they do require attendance. I know some classes, they don't require attendance, and they'll just record the lecture and then post it so you can go back and watch it. So different classes are different. I mean, but as far as the classes I have, attendance is required, which is okay for me because I only have classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you miss too many days, I know they do like fail you in the class, especially if it's a lab. I think if you miss more than 2 labs, you're automatically dropped from the class. Which makes sense because a lot of people need to get their credits in. So if you're not showing up, like somebody else can fulfill that spot. So you don't want to like get in the habit of missing school, but if you're sick, just try to at least email. I don't know if they'll give you any gratitude for that, but I don't suggest not going to school because there's no attendance. And sometimes the class gets out way before, like my classes are 50 minutes. And I've got out of class like 20 minutes early because the lecture was done. Next one is you have to take a foreign language. False. I don't have to take any foreign language classes. I know for high school it is a requirement to take a foreign language class, but for college it's not. That's pretty much all that I have. I was trying to think of some more stuff, but I honestly don't know. So yeah, that was pretty much everything. I know like college is like a scary topic to talk about, but I just had to make this video because a lot of people be scaring people about college, and college is not scary. Pretty much end of the video, y'all.